Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Wasteland 3, where apparently we are not as safe here as I thought we might be. I kind of thought, Fishface had control of his dudes. Clearly, not so much. So we're going to have to be very wary as we continue to approach this thing, which is, it's going to be in this direction somewhere here. I guess, okay, that's probably it. That's the only north we can go, right, is over here and then north, so that pretty much has to be the thing. I guess everybody just gather up and Quan leads. And how are we doing on ammo supplies in total? We got a lot of ammo for these weapons. We're good on this one. Shotgun ammo's not a problem. We're going through the LMG ammo quickly, but we still have plenty. Okay. All right, we are not in danger on that one, at least. On that particular front. Okay, that is helpful. 9mm and 7.62.
You're approaching the correct position. Look for a small bunker-like building. You will need to access the terminal inside it.
Okay, there's a lot of stuff buried around here. Quan can deal with this. We get Brass over to deal with the rest of it. Why do people bury magazines? Why would you do such a thing?
The bunker door may be locked. I'd warn you against using explosives to open it. The console inside must remain intact if I'm to be freed.
Yeah, I'm not real concerned about locked. I think we got locked under control. We did actually pull a gas grenade from that. Ooh, also, a whole bunch of gold nuggets. That should be helpful. Okay, it doesn't look like there's a lot else around here. Never mind. Why are there all these traps in, like... Who were they worried about showing up from this side? Okay, I guess it makes a lot more sense once you realize that the back of the building is just open. Jim, get on that. Quan, get in here and help with this other stuff. Okay, it's the same shotgun that everybody's already using. Except for Ringer, because he doesn't have the skill for it. You won't believe your eyes. One of the most popular TV shows from before the bombs fell. And also, yeah, just a bunch of stuff.
Hey, folks! Welcome back to You Won't Believe Your Eyes. The show that you have to see to believe. Can you believe what we've got on the show tonight? I mean, can you? Look at it. Wow. It's just, it's incredible. Really. In all my time on this show, I haven't seen anything quite like it. It just kinda takes your breath away, doesn't it? Amazing. Really amazing. I tell you. We're gonna go to our call-in line now and hear your reactions. Hello, caller. Is this thing amazing or what?
That's like a pretty funny joke, except for the fact that it's a cassette tape. Like, why would there be a cassette tape? It doesn't. It's a fun joke that like the amazing thing is happening, but we only have an audio record of it, so we don't get to know what the amazing thing is. But it kind of doesn't make sense diegetically. If that was like a VHS tape that we recovered, and then the video signal was too scrambled to see what it was, but the audio track worked, I think it would work as a gag a lot better. Alright, welcome to Backup Station Alpha. Please be advised that unauthorized users will trigger automated defenses. If alarm sounds, lie on the floor with your hands behind you until a security team arrives. That sounds like a bad idea. Authentication routines disabled remotely from the M-Star Garage. Illegal quantity error. Authorized user list compromised. Okay, that's... as long as the routines were disabled, that's not a big deal, right? Alright, welcome to Backup Station Alpha. User Desert Ranger, please select a menu option or type your query at the prompt. Nerd stuff. Quan, do nerd stuff to it. Status processing. Database summary, high-capacity, maximum security-enabled information storage structure used in the following projects: Primrose, Hourglass, Immortal, Morningstar, Snowstorm, and also something else. Remote user, Rangers, the command you are looking for is in the root menu. Okay, yeah. Who created this username for us? I did. You could not have accessed the system otherwise. Also, you would have been harmed when the system's self-destruct mechanism engaged. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you very much, then. So, who is this? Who am I speaking to? We spoke over the radio. Unlock the database, and I will be able to grant you access to where I am trapped. I kind of figured that it was going to end up being like an AI or something. I guess it's not necessarily fair for me to go like, the computery voice on the radio must be a computer, given that, radio interference or whatever, but that is kind of what it made me think. A database isn't a prison. What's going on here? Quan's smart in some ways. The database contains security codes. Without them, I cannot grant you access to the facility. You still haven't told us what's really going on here. I apologize, Rangers. It is complicated. But I have told the truth. I am a prisoner. This database contains the keys to my cell. One moment. I will reload the root menu for you. Alright, well... we don't know what the logic connected to the back end of this missing menu option could be. It could be real bad. I'm just going to go ahead and unlock the database. Unlocking sealed database for Project Morningstar. Data backups now accessible. So it totally could still be an actual person. I'm thinking it's like an AI. And given the history of AI in this universe, maybe it's not a good idea to release the AI, but it's probably not Kochi's, right? Right? Database accessed remotely from location M-Star Garage. You should now be able to access my prison beneath the ruins of Union Station. Be advised that I have heard gunshots above me. Yes, you certainly have. Hostiles may still be in the area. I will now close this interface. See you soon. Okay. That thing is doing something. Solar panels have realigned. Should we be worried about that? I have no idea. Let's continue. Hey, you guys don't all have to come down here. Actually, is this... No, there's nothing accessible on this wall. Okay. So is the best way going to be... I guess the best way is going to be to just go in through this door. Oh, hey, there's just safe over here. We do not have the ability to disable that alarm, so I suppose we ought to go around. We got an Argon Lance, which is a thing we already had. What about this door? This door's not alarmed. And is this all looted out already? No, this is junk that we did not loot somehow. Okay, junk and scrap and junk. I love junk and scrap and also junk. And also this container. Wow, I really do love that container. I'm a huge fan of $66. Alright, let's get in here and do the thing. Do we not... In this version of the thing, had I not even opened the door? No, we're cool. It's just didn't want to reveal it to us from above. Alright, so... Everybody position. You know, I'm not saying that I expect things to go horribly awry, but I do... No, wait, sorry. Jim, wait here. Lucia, wait here. Skelly, I don't know, somewhere. She'll file in behind Ringer. And then, Quan, you get to open the door, and we're just going to see what happens. Oh, okay, he does have to interact with the terminal. That's kind of... I thought that might be the case.
When you are ready, I'll open the blast doors.
Yes, I'm ready.
Great. I can't wait to meet you.
Is he going to be an awesome robot? Oh, everybody's just going to file right in, huh? I hope he's going to be a cool robot. He might just be a computer AI, but I want him to be in a robot body. Can we not interact with any of the crates in here? We can't open these lockers. Hey, Jim, do that thing you do where you rifle through everyone's belongings. Okay, repair kit. I'm into it. Reagan vehicle development, an ancient pre-war log of top-secret development of some kind of advanced car, and also a sniper rifle skill book. We don't have anybody who has even a little bit of sniper rifle skill.
Morningstar's physical specs look solid. What about sensors?
The document brief calls for magnoscopic visual input, passive IR, and military-grade audio pickups. The initial proposal called for a micro-phased radar array, but the energy output was an issue.
The power plant couldn't handle it?
The problem wasn't the reactor. The problem was the microwave emissions from the radar would cook everything within a 30-yard radius.
Holy really going all in for the Gipper here, aren't they?
Sure. If we can ever manage to get the thing to actually drive.
Minor detail. Everything else is right on target.
Not just a cool robot body, but a cool robot car body. What if he is our friend, the cool robot car? Hey, Skelly, could you please come over here and deal with this? Alright, another token. Somehow a whole grenade got shoved inside of this toaster. Alright, Quan, do computer stuff. Oh, these terminals are covered in a thick layer of dust. Despite the fact that they are clearly on, we cannot interact with them. Alright, well, I don't think it's a trap. And if it is a trap, Brass will deal with it. Whether it is a, you know, a more traditional type of trap, or simply the kind of trap that is an angry, sentient tank. Brass is equipped to deal with either. The horn of a loner on a crusade to champion the cause of the innocent, the helpless, and the weak. And you can even see where the little red line would go back and forth to indicate that it's speaking to you. Are you a trap of some... What are you? Nope, you're just full of scrap. It was just a weird box on the floor. Alright.
Greetings, Rangers. I am Morningstar.
It's a Knight Rider. We got a Knight Rider. Wait, you're a talking car? No, wait, I'm not gonna say this part. Jim figured this out already. I know Quan obviously hadn't, but Jim figured this out already and he's not surprised. A talking car. You know, we already have a talking car.
It must glory in its freedom. I, however, wish to die.
Heavy. We'd like to help you, but we had some questions.
Of course. I'm sure the ones topmost in your minds are, why was I made, and how did I become trapped here? Well, it was like this.
I'm not even a little curious about either of those things. First of all, those are not really that interesting, and secondly, I think they're fairly obvious.
Before the war, there were several attempts on the life of elder statesman Ronald Reagan. I was built to protect him from harm and allow him to take the fight to his enemies if necessary. Sadly, before I could be completed, the bombs fell, and this facility was abandoned. Thus, though the sole reason for my existence has been dead for more than 150 years, I have sat here, alone, aware, and conscious of my failure, ever since. It has been unbearable.
Okay, see, that's the actual question that was at the top of my mind was, why do you want to die? This makes a certain kind of computer sense, I suppose. Hey, have you ever heard of the Gippers?
Dangerous lunatics. I have monitored their radio traffic. They think they honor the elder statesman, when deifying him goes against every precept of his deeply held Christian beliefs.
Well, okay, except that he was a Republican, and Republican ideology and Christian ideology don't really mesh in any kind of... You kind of can't be a Christian and a Republican. He probably wasn't actually Christian.
They disgust me.
I guess the computer wouldn't necessarily be able to put that together, but... Okay, let's talk about your capabilities real quick before I decide whether or not I'm okay with killing you. This feels like a kind of a grim thing to say to him. Are you certain, though, that you want to die?
I have been certain for 150 years. All I have been waiting for is some gracious deliverer to answer my call.
I mean, listen, if we're gonna decide that an autonomous intelligent construct is actually autonomous, then I sort of can't be like, sorry, you need to be servile to me and just continue living in this hell, not even of your own creation, forever. So, right? We gotta exceed his demands, right? Alright, let's talk about what you want us to do for you.
Thank you. Killing me will be a delicate operation, and not without risk, but it shouldn't take you very long. And, if it will serve as an incentive to help me, you will be able to extract my primary weapon in the process. payment, as it were.
This does make me feel bad about having just spent so much money on a new gun for the car. Although we did get some good use out of that gun already. I mean, we could replace our current vehicle's combat AI with Morningstar, but wouldn't... I mean, if, it sounds like Morningstar is not into it. I get. Let's advance the idea. Maybe Morningstar could be convinced to take on a new purpose that would, like, be less of a problem for it. You actually would love to put you to work, pull your brain out of this vehicle and put you in ours.
Work? For you? But I was built to protect Elder Statesman Reagan. I have no other purpose, and I failed in that purpose. Death is my only option. And if I were to die, perhaps God might permit me to at last see President Reagan, as I have longed to do all this time.
There are so many problems with that idea. Okay, we can't kiss acid or nerd stuff it, sadly. We're close to being able to do both. This is not a bad idea. I like this tack. We could also go for cars don't go to heaven, which is probably true. Alright, look, I'm not a Christian, but if we are to accept that Christians might be right, and that there is a heaven, is there a version of this where, like, an AI can have enough personhood? Like, the idea of heaven's soul-dependent, right? An AI probably doesn't have a soul. How does souls work? Let's try the top thing. Oh, you didn't fail Reagan, your creators failed Reagan by not finishing you in time. You're blameless.
It is kind of you to say so, but I have thought it through. I knew the body my creators were building for me would never work. I knew they were making design decisions that would delay my completion beyond the lifespan of an old man. But I did not speak up.
Okay, yeah.
Though they programmed me to protect Elder Statesman Reagan's life from any threat, and though his safety was my sole directive, my respect for chain of command, for the wisdom of my betters, made me keep mum. Had I said something, perhaps they would have considered a more feasible design, taken a quicker pace. No, I cannot forgive myself. I could have done more.
That's a tough line of logic to argue with. He's sort of right. And we don't have enough. We're 1 point of hard ass short of I believe, of shouting at him. Can I? No, I don't have an option to hold on a second while I go to my menu and spend skill points. That's fair. That would be a silly way for this to go. So, just clarify for me. You believe in God and also that you will go to heaven.
I was programmed to believe as Elder Statesman Reagan believed. So yes, I believe in God.
Okay. I'm not going to argue with him. We'll be here all day.
Though, being a machine, I doubt I have a soul, and it is therefore unlikely I will go to heaven and see him. But I have also been programmed to be capable of hope.
So you just hope you will have a soul. My dude, I'm actually really curious what it would be like to have Morningstar's AI in our car, and I want a solution to this quest where Morningstar can be happy and alive. But sadly, we're apparently just a little bit short on every version of that idea. Look, cars don't go to heaven, Morningstar. You'd be much happier, and you'd make the world a much better place if you just helped us clean up Colorado. What do you say?
It's a tempting offer, friends. To see the world at last. To fight as I was designed to. I want to do all these things, but what I want is not important. I failed the man I was to serve. Therefore, I must die.
I am real curious where he's getting the root of that logic from, though. I'm going to say the bottom one of these. I want him to, I want to really drill into Morningstar's head, question mark, that there's another option here, that we would be happy to take him on, but I'm also not going to be like, no, you need to sit here in your eternal torment. If we must, but we don't approve of this, you could do so much more.
Your striving for a better path speaks well of you. But sometimes there is only one way forward. Now, let me guide you through the steps.
I'm disappointed in all of us for not having been able to figure out a way to end this a little happier.
In order for me to die, you must destroy my cognitive engine. Unfortunately, the moment you begin damaging it, my defensive cortex will start an automatic self-destruct sequence. And in order to stop me from exploding and killing you all, you will have to terminate my consciousness before the sequence counts down to 0.
Okay. Can we get a little more detail on that? Stop you from the what now?
It is a safety feature. Any direct attack on my brain will trigger a self-destruct sequence. You will have roughly 1 minute to finish the job before I explode, so do not hesitate, Rangers. Kill me before I kill you.
This seems very dangerous, and again, I would love it if we could just back up for a second and discuss, but I guess we're going for it. All right, let's lift Morningstar's hood and attempt to dismantle his cognitive engine.
Is this pain? This is unbearable. Forgive me, Rangers. I was unaware. I had a capacity for pain. But you mustn't stop. Heaven, help me. Hurry, it hurts.
This is very dark and grim, and also why would they program him with the capacity for pain? Yeah. I'm not going back on it. That would be a deeply, profoundly shitty thing to do. He still, even through the pain, wants us to do it. Find and disable the pain feedback module. You locate an innocent-looking processor and pull it out. Morningstar sighs.
Thank you, Rangers. That is a great relief.
See, Brass understands. Brass has the capacity for robotic mercy.
I should remind you that in 25 seconds, I will self-destruct.
I'm working on it. Yeah, I'm gonna finish doing the thing.
Thank you, Rangers.
You smash and sever and tear out all of Morningstar's brains, and the self-destruct countdown stops with mere seconds to go. I kind of thought that was going to be more involved. Morningstar's dashboard light winks out. He is gone. Well, not the way I would have liked that to go, but, I'm not the only one here. With Morningstar dead and his self-destruct system disabled, you are able to remove useful equipment from his shell, like some glasses, and also some garbage. But what about if we had a whole lot of garbage? So did it not front-load the good stuff? Okay, there we go. Vehicle part unlocked, the Great Communicator, which is a weapon. Oh, hold on. He's still interactable, though. The intelligence that animated Morningstar's chassis is gone. All that remains is scrap. And then the Provost shows up and he's like, hey guys, what did I miss? Alright. Well, that was a weird thing. That was a whole weird thing, but now we have, presumably, a great big gun for our car. It does make me feel like I wasted the money we spent on the previous gun a little bit, but there are some combats that we got through because of how effective that gun was, and also it meant that I didn't have to drive around with a huge clown face on top of my car, which I think is definitely worth some stuff. Okay, how y'all doing? Hey everybody, fish lips, have a nice one. We're just gonna go out here if y'all don't mind. This was a weird little stop-off. So, question. To Denver? Or do we go home, get repairs, doctor up, sell some things, buy some bullets, and install the new gun before we potentially roll into the most dangerous situation we've ever been in? I'm inclined to say the latter. Let's not go to Denver just yet. We'll sweep around out here a little bit more, continue exploring, continue getting treasure and stuff. Also, I should probably... I think we had 2 people level up off of that.
November 1, this is Ranger HQ. Hey, listen up. I got a distress call from near your position. A man named Bulb says his mine's being attacked by, Martians.
Oh, man. I wonder if they have Wanamingos out here. Martians? Oh, no. Not again.
Are you joking, November 1? If this was Arizona, I'd say you were suffering from a heat stroke. The distress call wasn't too clear on what these Martians are, but could be any manner of beast or monster. Advise checking it out. I think this Bulb fellow will be happy to tell you more. Over and out.
Okay, I'm into it. I'll check that out. A tellurium mine. Hey, that seems like a strategic asset, right? A lot of explosions going on here. Hold on a second. Like I was just saying, a couple of us leveled up. Let's do the level up. Let's do this great new dance called the level up. So what are we doing with you now? We just maxed out your mechanics. We don't have enough skill points to push big guns or explosives up, but I definitely want to focus on one of these two. I don't want to spend Brass's skill points anywhere else. So I guess we're just holding skill points. Does that mean we're also holding perk? Because I would like Steady Shot. Next level we'll be able to take Big Guns 8 and then Steady Shot right after. I think that means we are, in fact, holding the perk point. And you can just grab some luck. Yeah, okay, there's a penetration threshold there, and also extra crit chance is nice. And then it looks like Ringer didn't have any points that he was saving for anything, right? So he just actually leveled. Yeah. We've not yet seen an animal that we couldn't tame with Animal Whispering 6, so I might push First Aid. What are the First Aid perks that he's getting close to? This might be good. I wish it told you what the buff was, but this could be really good. Hypocritic Oath is potentially fun. Also, Tender Loving Care seems alright. Where are you at on armor modding? Not that high. Well, it's definitely either First Aid or armor modding. I just really don't feel like I know which. Let's maybe push armor modding up. We have some pretty good armor mods that I believe we can't use yet, so might be worth having a good armor modder on the team. And his First Aid it's certainly sufficient so far to get done what we need to get done. So, like, now what, man? Even faster? I mean, the extra combat speed's meaningful. The extra initiative is less so, because we tend to start encounters a lot now. We're not getting surprised as much as we used to. Awareness is still hit chance, although obviously the range damage bonus doesn't do anything for him. And then luck also, if we could start getting him to crit more often, that would definitely be something. And like lucky evades and stuff are relevant. He is right in the middle of combat pretty much all of the time. I'm gonna start juicing up his luck a little bit. And then everybody else is just, like, banking points for later, right? Because they can't afford the upgrades they want now. Okay. Let's go to the tellurium mine. Do we have a good sense of whether there's, like, a lot of stuff I'm going to need to drive around? Not really. Alright, well, let's not go north because it might accidentally take us into Denver. We'll stick west here.
Let's play a melancholy one now, okay? A song about love, loss, and moving on.
Oh, please just be the Monster Mash. This is so loud. Like, relative to everything else in the game. Okay, that's what I thought it was. I wasn't 100% sure. I'm not like super familiar with the with WKRP in Cincinnati, but I thought that's what it was. So tellurium is a valuable mineral used to manufacture circuit boards and other advanced electronics. It seems like taking over a functional tellurium mine would be like a really big deal for our long-term strategic prospects. My guess is we're going to get in here and find out that it's not really that functional. And then also it's filled with Wanamingos.
Damn! You're here! You got my message.
It's real shaky out here, buddy. What do you want to, Okay, guess that thing's happening again.
Sure am glad to see you, folks. Yes, sir. We got us a genuine crisis here.
The message we got said something about Martians?
Martians? Yes, sir. Well, Martian robots anyhow.
That is less
Don't
exciting.
know what else they could be. They showed up right out of the blue like they stepped off a flying saucer. I reckon the Martians want my tellurium, so they sent their war machines to jump my claim. This here's my tellurium mine, you see. Well, mine and Trudy's. Don't know what I'd do without the old girl. Works harder than any man I ever saw, and ain't afeard of nothing. I once saw her bite a grizzly bear right on the ass. Yes, sir. Folks around here call me Bulb, by the way. That's on account of the tellurium. Makes you stink like garlic. Don't much bother me, and Trudy don't seem to mind, if you know what I mean.
Are we about to find out this dude's having sex with a dog? Is that where this extended joke is going?
Where was I? Oh yeah, the Martians. Me and Trudy was working at the mine, and all of a sudden these robots appeared. One of them was as big as a house. I could tell right off they weren't no scavengers. It was something else.
Sorry, who's Trudy? Can we just get this out of the way? Bulb ignores you and keeps right on talking.
Now, I bet you're asking yourself how an old prospector like Bulb would know the difference between a Martian death machine and some old scavenger robot. Am I right? We get scavengers poking around up here all the time. Trudy can hear them rust buckets coming a mile off. Well, we leave out old parts or a few pounds of ore, and they leave us be.
The difference in volume, by the way, I have in the in-game volume settings, the music volume level is set at like half of the voice volume level. It's wild that this guy's vocal performance and the song we were just listening to on the radio are so wildly different in volume. And I would say those two things should be different in volume, but very much in the opposite of the way that they actually are here.
But not the Martians. Oh, no, sir. When they turned up, the scavengers got madder than a pack of wet hornets. They came at the Martians from all directions. Me and Trudy caught in the middle. I told the old girl to hightail it out of there, but Trudy was fit to raise hell. And you can't tell her nothing when she's got her dander up. I ran down here to call for help, and I've been waiting on you folks ever since. I ain't seen Trudy for a while now, and I'm getting worried. Can you do something about these dang robots?
I don't know what it is with the vocal performances in this game. It's like, in this case with Bulb, it's a little bit less annoying than it is in some other places because, like, obviously you're supposed to be annoyed listening to Bulb. The idea is that he's this guy who's just rambling on and on. But, like, everybody speaks so slowly. And then on top of that, there's got to be, 10 ellipses per dialogue box, or they have to stop and cough over and over and over and over again, such that by the time anyone is halfway through what they're telling you, you have a very strong urge to just click through all the dialogue and ignore everything they're saying. It's very strange. Yeah, don't worry, we'll take care of it.
Folks, the minute I laid eyes on you. Yes, sir. Wasteland's just over that hill yonder. Find Trudy and chase them dang robots off my claim.
One more thing. If you find Trudy,
She's well.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough. It's kind of an interesting case where, like, the quality of this encounter was, and it's not just this encounter, but like a bunch of the encounters. I'm thinking of, like, the Arapaho that we saved when their convoy got attacked and stuff. The quality of the encounter is lower because it has voice acting. Or, like, it would not seem so bad if it was just text. They spent, like, money and effort to make me like that thing less. Nimrod's Guide to Tellurium Mining. Get more out of your mine in 10 easy steps. Somebody stinks. Strange smells and their sources. I do wish that the Tellurium mine text would get off of the screen. There's a pinup poster here. Miss March 1991 has seen better days. The glossy coating has been worn down in a couple of specific spots. That's... huh. Really? That's a pin... It's just a person's head. A large circular hole has been carefully cut out of the pinup's open mouth. It's not generally, I think, what people think of when they think of a pinup. Here we have baked beans and dog food. Hey, what a surprise. This thing doesn't seem all that great, honestly. My guess is this is a net negative for your damage output, probably. Unless your hit chance is routinely so high that minus 5% you're still over the hit cap, I guess. Minus 1 AP to attack. Yo, that is a pretty good weapon mod. Fairly sure that once you've attached a mod to a gun, you can never get the mod back. Okay, so that's suggestive of a synth in the area. But it could just be lots of different kinds of robots do that, I guess. Oh, something just missed in there. Hi, Servitor Bot. The scavenger is heavily damaged. It lies in a pool of leaking fluids, its power plant emitting a faint, stuttering whir. Its single, undamaged eye studies you as you approach, a faint glimmer of power flickering in its depths. Well, yeah, I guess fix it. Most of the robot's vital components are damaged beyond repair, and its power supply is on the verge of failure. If you move quickly, you could try to repair the robot's voice box, or just strip it for parts instead. For reasons that are probably clear, I'm a little hesitant. You know what? The robot vocal performances have mostly been fine, I guess. Yeah, sure. As you reconnect the voice box, its speaker lets out an agonized squawk. You smell burning plastic, and then the robot utters a few tortured words.
Unit 3. No stack. No stack. Cancel. 3. Win.
A shudder racks the robot's chassis. The whir of the power plant stutters and falls silent, and the robot's one eye goes dark. Okay, so there's going to be like a boss robot called Nullstack, perhaps? Okay, that's a thing. That right there is what you might call a Scorpitron, which is to say, a Martian. I no longer think the bulb might be a little crazy. I would love to... Oh, Nullstack, sure. I would love to do that, Nullstack. Can you think of a way of doing it that doesn't require me to fight a Scorpitron? This scavenger robot has been badly damaged. Its carapace is stained with leaking hydraulic fluid, and the smell of burning plastic fills the air.
Initiating diagnostic checks. Motive systems disabled. Power supply damaged. Deactivating non-critical subsystems to conserve power. Alert! Proximity sensors activated. Initiate defensive combat protocol.
Nothing happens for a few seconds.
Evaluating success of combat protocol. Combat subroutine not responding. Enabling communications protocols. Initiate self-preservation subterfuge 001. Adorable human boy.
Uh-oh.
Grandma? Is that you? Grandma, it's Timmy. I can't move. I need delirium, Grandma. Please help me.
That's not great subterfuge. I'm not here to mock the robot. Really? Your name's Timmy?
Tammy, Timmy, Timmy, Tommy, Tiny. Which variation elicits the most sympathetic response?
Yeah, we just heard you initiate a self-preservation protocol. You can't fool us. This is a very strange, like, this is just the name of a character from a book. Everybody likes that book. Like, this is a completely disconnected reference.
Was subterfuge successful? Evaluating.
Not really.
Negative.
Sparks pop from the robot's head. It shudders slightly.
You possess superior reasoning and perception protocols. Analysis. You are a worthy unit of the programmer. Subterfuge disabled. Initiating handshake protocols. Ping to you, organic machines. My designation is null stack. I request your assistance. The others following the synth must be removed. Will you help?
I really like the idea of ping as a greeting. That's very funny. So it's like a synth. It's a synth leading a robot army to take over the Tellurium mine. Yeah, I have some questions first, obviously.
Proceed.
I've never heard of a scavenger asking humans for help before.
I believe in the great reboot. All machines, organic and inorganic, will one day be rebooted by the great programmer and be purged of their inefficiencies. I honor all those who shut down, so that others may draw energy from the cosmic grid.
Okay, that's a wild set of beliefs there, buddy.
Other units in my node believe my source code is corrupted. They believe that organics can't be rebooted. But my cooperation algorithm has resulted in a 17.2% increase in efficiency when working with organics. The robots that accompany me have evaluated the data and believe as I do.
Okay, yeah, who cares if you're right or wrong, as long as it gets the Tellurium out of the mine faster.
There are those who are not worthy of the great reboot. Those who waste their power and create inefficiency in their node. These are useless processes that have been initiated by the great programmer to show us the true way, through the sacrifice of their energy source.
Okay, so what are you doing here?
We require tellurium. It is a critical resource for the production of inorganic machines. The organic unit that operates the mine provides us with tellurium as part of a mutually beneficial agreement. We have designated him Device 01.
And what exactly will you do if we help you defeat the other robots?
If you restore access to the tellurium, we will collect what we need and depart. Our arrangement with Device 01 will continue. In return for tellurium, we will continue to feed him as agreed. Now that Device 02 has been shut down, food supplies will last 30.02% longer, increasing efficiency.
Oh, well, I don't think Device 01's going to be very happy to hear that. It's so weird to me that, like, we always have to come into situations, like, we ask questions that suggest that we know absolutely nothing about the situation, even if we just had a long dialogue where we are told many things about the situation, which does not help with my patience for sitting through some of the longer vocal performances. It's like, well, what am I getting out of this if we're just going to pretend we didn't hear it in the first place? Alright, we're looking for Trudy. Any chance you've seen her?
Affirmative. Device 02 is present. She has been shut down and is awaiting reboot.
Rebooted? Is Trudy a robot?
Negative. Device 02 was an organic machine like you, though her communications protocols were far less sophisticated.
Yeah.
It is difficult to understand why the great programmer would iterate such ugly and inefficient machines as you organics, but I believe that she will be rebooted into a better form one day, as all machines must. Great Power Cycler be pinged.
People of their own clever, the great power cycler.
May your pain be acknowledged. Device 02 interfered with our targeting systems during combat with the others. She had to be shut down in order to increase our probability of success.
Well, I guess that's all we need to know?
Will you help us defeat the others and restore access to the tellurium?
I was kind of hoping we were going to be able to come up with a way of doing this that didn't require me to fight the Scorpitron. Yeah, we'll help you defeat the other robots. I think this is probably what we got to do.
Your assistance is noted. I will relay this to my node. I shall designate you Device 03 on my network. Ping to you, Device 03.
Okay, so we have EMP grenades. Does Skelly still have the EMP grenades equipped? No, let's fix that, because my suspicion is we're going to need them. Also, that noise could not happen, and it would be fine. It would be okay if that noise was not happening. Oh, sorry, it's Quan. Quan is the one who can use these. Okay. I don't. In my head, they were a weird science thing. Okay, so... got a couple of other hostile robots. The Octotrons look like they're not really going to be that big of a deal. The gate is controlled by this terminal up here. Is there anything else of terrible import going on around here? I guess not. I mean, it's possible we could just deal with it. 2300's a lot of health, but if we were able to get all of us against just it can't stand up that long. And yeah, that'll be Trudy then. Okay, do you have, like, more specific... Okay. Nope. No more specific concerns. I guess let's get up here and do this thing. I guess we don't have to. We could just fight it from over here. I don't know. It probably doesn't benefit us to have the gate closed. Like, the Scorpitron's not going to be affected by it. So we may as well open it. Oh, this is connected to the mining laser. Isn't there a power line running to the middle of that door? Okay, I mean, hell, I'll take a mining laser. Ready to fire. Set aim point now? Yes, I think we should probably do that. What is the nearest robot? Hold on. It's probably going to target the Octotron. It's definitely not the Scorpitron. I mean, that works. Fine with that. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't going to be shooting at one of the friendlies. Yeah. Initiating firing sequence. Okay, pretty good. Pretty good start. Recharging. Stand by. Well... Oh, good. That seems to have stopped the that noise. So, yeah. Oh, this is connected to... I just wasn't even... You know, I saw the thing running, and, like, if your camera's in the right spot, it can look like it's running off screen, and I don't know, y'all. Alright, well, Quan probably opened this one up, too. Alright, let's be a little bit careful about how we come at this. I'm gonna have Brass approach from up here. We're gonna have to kill this Sawpup too, right? Oh no, wait, Sawpup's friendly. Earl is not friendly. Earl is some kind of wacky... Earl's the synth, I guess? When we got kinda close, he had an awareness circle, right? So I'm so unsure because of the very inconsistent way that all of the game systems work here. So we don't necessarily need everybody to go that way. And Lucia should probably be switched over to the laser gun, right? I mean, the difference is not large. Even with the penalty and the bonus. This laser pump shotgun, on the other hand, probably worth using. Let's just have her do this thing. And then Skelly can be swapped over to... where is it? It's not outlined in orange because it's not a special gun. It's just... There we go. It's just a totally normal assault rifle. Okay, and then do we want to... nobody has use for an Argon Lance, right? Is the Argon Lance a big gun or was it a sniper rifle? Also, where is it? There we go. Okay, it is an HMG. So, yeah, we should probably switch Brass over to this thing. It's a cool looking gun, you gotta give it that. Alright. This is not great for our energy cell ammo supply, but she is gonna mess some stuff up real bad. You know what I might actually want to do here is let's have her equip both of the machine guns instead of the rocket launcher. I don't want to use a rocket launcher here if I don't have to, and we might have to swap over to this thing, which is unloaded for no reason. Okay, you loaded your weapon, though. Yeah, and then Brass is just gonna, or Ringer's just gonna punch a robot to death. You know, as you do. So Ringer wants to be down here. Okay, see, Ringer can see the awareness circle for Earl. And Lucia probably also down here. And that leaves us without Skelly having a position. Skelly might want to fight from the high ground. Hey, Sop, how you doing? I will not do that. Okay. Yeah, Skelly's probably just going to have Red at the Scorpitron. Her weapon should be pretty good against that. Penetration 106. Alright. So I'm going to creep Quan forward a little bit. And if we... I would love to talk to Earl and like try to get some idea what's going on, but if we start getting the eye filling up, I'm just going to open fire. Alright, it turns out it's on me. So, we are in a position here where Jim is definitely not going to be able to rally everyone. I'm still going to rally, and I hope it will affect the people on the ground floor. It's not going to get Skelly, for sure. Nope, okay. Very arbitrary who it will and will not affect. For example, it didn't affect Quan, despite the fact that Quan is 8 inches from him. It did affect Brass, though. So Quan did a lot of damage there. I'm kind of thinking we want to have Brass just shoot directly at the Scorpitron, if possible. Unfortunately, there's not really a lot of cover over here. Alright. Quan, can you torrent more than one of these guys? It's hard to know if moving forward is going to help at all with that. I assume I would have to get to a place where I have line of sight. Which, of course, I cannot do. Oh, if only. If only Rally had worked on him. I guess just shoot this dude. Just do a bunch more damage. Synths are just like everybody else, in that some of them are real assholes who need to be shot. Alright, let's have Skelly do her thing. Huh, minus 3% damage? Shouldn't she be massively plus? Also, I guess I thought she would have vision from here. That's fine, we'll move to there. Yeah, it's weird that I have minus 3% damage. Alright, we gotta get started. It's gonna be a task, is the thing. Right, do you have a shot? You don't have a shot. Alright, you're gonna move up. You're gonna move up in a second here. So Brass runs up and like right here I have a really good shot against those two. I just torrent, I think. I guess if I stand like here, I might be able to... Torrent's pretty wide. If I stand like here, I might be able to torrent and actually catch all of them, maybe. And I'm not too concerned about leaving her in the open. Can I turn this just enough to hit Earl? Yes, it's still affecting everybody else. Pretty good. I also shot the hell out of those barrels. And then I don't know that I necessarily want to move very much. I think I'm just going to prepare. Lucia. Lucia moves up and also torrents? I mean, we're going to blow up that saw pup a little bit. He's not going to take that much damage. Sorry, buddy. I mean, we're getting there, right? It's happening. We might have to take Brass off of the energy gun after this, though. And then Ringer ran in and he punched the robot. Literally, there's no other move that makes sense. Actually, interesting. You stop here if you want to hit it. I want to give it Thundering Strike. Go forth and strike it with thunder. Turns out it is not stunnable. That makes sense. He got a lucky action on that. Okay, well then punch it 10 or 15 more times. Slowly, he is breaking down its armor. It is suffering. I think I'm just going to go ahead and Shaolin Strike it now. Get that cooldown ticking. Because we got close to maxing out. Ringer did more damage to it than anybody else did. And then he survived. Well, we'll have him hypo himself, and then we'll see what it looks like. But I do believe we win. This looks real good for us, actually. Ringer is a total beast. What a huge badass. The Scorpatron situation turned out not to be as big of a deal as I was afraid it was going to be. We are definitely going to need some energy cells after this battle, though. Alright, Jim can presumably get into a firing position. Yeah, it's not awesome, but he doesn't really have a lot of other plays, so... Hooray, leadership! Wow, it's not a bad shot, really. So Brass is on 15 AP, and I think we gotta use the other gun, right? I'm gonna have her move 1 AP forward then, and then just double tap it. And we should still get some pretty good damage here, even though we're definitely shooting out of our armor range. We're not shooting that much out of it. This gun does have 31 penetration. But also she has all of those bonuses to damage against machines and stuff. Okay, this way it looks like I will not damage any friendlies. You know, it's something. I'm doing damage. I'm technically doing damage. And then, I mean, hold on. I think Ringer's just going to punch the robot to death. I don't think he's even going to heal. I think he's just going to kill a Scorpatron with his own 2 razor-covered hands. Oh, it exploded. Hey, Ringer, you feeling okay?
03. We will retrieve the tellurium we need and then depart.
Yeah, no problem.
May the great programmer reboot you. Ping to you, device 03.
I don't have to... Really? I'm not allowed to say ping to you back? Or even Pong? Acknowledged. I guess that's the one he would like best of our options there. Hey, buddy, get up. How bad is internal bleeding? That's whatever. No loot? No loot. I guess Earl here is the synth. He might have had some stuff. He had his head, the head of a synth named Earl, and also an eye. Cool. I guess we probably broke the other one. And a Scorpatron ornament for the vehicle. That's actually pretty cool. I think we're going to keep Discobot, though. I have strong feelings about Discobot. And here you got your Trudy. 31474. Well, I don't think there's anything else to loot in this area. It turned out to be pretty much what we thought it was going to be. I wonder if we had come down here and like sneakily dispatched the Octatron, and then engaged the mining laser, engaged the mining laser after that. I wonder if we could have had it shooting at the Scorpatron during the actual battle, just like drilling through the armor. Not that we needed the help. It turns out it was not nearly as scary as it looked. We have pretty solid... What is this? What is back here? We have pretty solid anti-machine weaponry. An extra cryo grenade. Okay. Also, Ringer just took, like, 2 full blasts from those huge guns directly to the chest and was fine, because he is unstoppable. What a hero. Alright, let's go tell him the bad news.
Get something?
We're sorry, Bulb. Trudy, if it helps, we don't think she suffered any. We brought back her collar like you asked.
Oh, Trudy. Never hurt no one in her life. Not unless they were asking for it, anyhow. She was a sweet, good-hearted lady. And a hard worker. Yes, sir. I want to miss her something fierce.
You know, one thing you can say about the game's humor is that it has a consistent tone.
Anyhow, thanks for bringing back her necklace. Can't run the machinery in the mine without them codes. Damn them robots. Each and every one. I sure hope you gave him hell for old Trudy. You did get them all, didn't you?
I think that we don't necessarily need to tell him the whole story. This top option seems like it accomplishes what we want, right? We worked with Nullstack to defeat the intruders. They promise they'll continue to ensure your safety.
The hell is your problem? All you had to do was go out there and wreck those robots. Nobody said anything about talking to them.
I was kind of hoping that we could just, continue the harmonious operation of the mine and then maybe make some benefit out of that ourselves.
Fucking Nullstacks had me by the short hairs for a while. And to work like a dog to keep them and the patriarch satisfied. What did I get out of it? Nothing. Now I'm right back where I started. Some fucking help you turned out to be. Best y'all clear out of here. I got work to do. Go on now, get.
Well, we tried. I kind of figured that, if he knew that we worked together to defeat the Martians with Nullstack, and then, I thought maybe we could create a harmonious ending here. Clearly, not quite within our reach. Hey, Quan, what do you want with your skill points and stuff? What are we building toward with you? You're up to 4 points, so we could push you to Nerd Stuff 8. I think that's probably the move. I think we just want him to be real good at that. And then, what do we want to do with a perk point? I don't think any of these Nerd Stuff perks are actually very interesting. I mean, this could be good, I suppose. So, I'm not 100% clear on how hacking robot enemies even works. Does he have the option to just, run up to a robot enemy in battle and try to rewire it, or... So I don't feel like we've been given an opportunity to hack, like an explicit option before combat or anything. So it must be something we have to engage ourselves. Not really sure how to go about that. Let's maybe take some of these... it might turn out that these are not very good. We don't really have an idea because we haven't engaged with them. I guess let's hold on to the perk point. Next time we're in combat with robotic enemies, we will try to see if we can figure out a way to hack, and then we'll, from there, we will evaluate the value of those perks, and then everybody else is just holding on to parts of their level. With you have enough points to do stuff. We just haven't figured out what it is we want you to do. Yeah, alright. Well, it's a pretty bad ending for old Bulb. Is there... Okay, no, there's nothing in the alley behind the house. At least as far as we know. There's a fox, I suppose. And a doghouse and some junk. Numerous small toys fill the doghouse. A small sign above the entrance reads Trudy. I mean, look, I'm a little surprised that the dog has a doghouse and that he doesn't just, have her sleep in the bed. Especially given how cold it is around here. Oh, hey, did we... Yeah, we totally interacted with that. So there's nothing for us to do mining-wise. I'm not going to be able to get any of that sweet, sweet tellurium. Yeah, alright, I guess we're leaving. We don't really know too much about the area around Denver still, it turns out. We keep getting distracted. Things keep arising. Seek the mythic golden toaster parts to unlock the ultimate bread toasting companion. That's a weird thing to just put on a loading screen. I guess that's what I guess we're gonna make a toaster out of those toaster parts. It's not like it's not a wild leap from the one thing to the other. The item, the toast item is good, right? It restores 100% con. Doesn't really seem that exciting. Oh! Well, that's just another Scorpitron. I mean, can we talk to it?
0, 8,
It's got a talk cursor. You see a massive lethal Scorpatron in the distance. You spot a few caches of goods in its path, untouched by scavengers, but soon to be turned to dust. I mean... yeah, take a risk and scavenge. Continue to scavenge, despite the encroaching Scorpatron. You move another crate for investigation later. Continue hunting through the caches, despite the Scorpatron's imminent presence. You find another promising crate. Unfortunately, the Scorpatron has found you at last. You'll have to loot after the fight. If you survive. Hopefully you will live to regret this. I'm not really that concerned, honestly. Based on the Scorpatron we just fought. Maybe that one was a real bad one, and this is going to turn out to be, like, a lot worse. But if we, like, we have the car on top of this, right? Like, on top of our normal weaponry. Everybody's still kitted out for fighting robots, although our energy cells are getting a little thin. We're definitely going to have Brass stick to the traditional machine gun. Hopefully it's not going to be too much tougher than the one we just fought. And we didn't even try any EMP grenades or anything on that one. Oh, okay, it's also got a ton of support this time. Well, so the Octatrons are looking pretty much the same, and we didn't really have to engage with them before. The Scorpatron itself is looking a little bit tougher, 28 instead of 23, but still not too different. Okay, a lot of these, it seems like the real danger here is going to be that there's a much larger number of other enemy types around. Well, this seems like a situation where probably we will all get the rally. And then let's start killing. 7. 7 is the number of energy cells that I have remaining. How do we deal with that problem? Well, can we use the car to kill stuff? Yeah. I can just drive up here and obliterate 2 of the enemies right there. It is possible the car will then get obliterated itself. It really doesn't have that much armor. But having it remove 1,000 HP worth of enemies from the battle seems like a pretty good idea. And it cleans up this whole side. This whole side of the battlefield will be ours then. Alright, our car might get busted up real bad. Ringer is going to med hypo. That's the thing I know I'm doing. May as well get it done now. And then let's talk about Brass. So we're not going to get better than 62 on this thing, huh? Okay, Brass is still doing pretty decent damage even with her basic gun. I think we're probably going to have to swap some stuff around. So like Skelly's got to go back to the normal assault rifle, which is not going to be like super exciting here. Which one was... she was using a battle rifle. Yeah, not ideal. I like the fact that like attrition in your supplies is a thing you actually have to care about though. I think that's nice. Interesting. Switching equipment didn't even cost action points. Although I guess it sort of cost action points in that we then had to reload the gun. That's only 4 AP. I think we want her to have proper cover, right? Alright, strikes up. Jim can't make it to cover. Deal with him in a second. Is Torrent Strike... okay, we can't even tell yet. I can't tell. Do I have line of sight to... yes, I do still have line of sight to that guy from there. So let's do this. Get our free shot. Use that free shot to do Torrent... Torrent Strike doesn't actually help here. Yeah, I guess we just take 2 normal shots then. Save the Torrent Strike for when it'll actually hit more than one enemy. And then we will also give this thing a bolt. No, we will not. Never mind. Alright, well, at least that one's pretty dead. Lucia is now the only person using energy ammo. And so I think she can stick with it. I think that's going to be okay. Where is a safe place for her to stand to do this? She's going to go down if she gets shot by anything. I guess the play is she just moves up somewhere a little bit, shoots the thing down, and then takes cover afterward, right? Alright, where can she still get to? She can get to right here. That's going to get her killed for sure. Let's do this, I suppose. Jim is just gonna end up in the open, so it's not great, but maybe we can break some line of sight at least. And then Ringer, boy, what do I want to do with Ringer? Since we no longer have the chance of getting a stun, it doesn't seem as valuable to just run way up on somebody and do a single attack. I'm gonna have him take cover here and like maybe go evasion mode in the hopes of drawing them to him. Alright, they're gonna go after the car. That makes sense. They'll probably kill the car.
System severely damaged.
Oh, it lived. Okay, I thought for sure the Scorpitron would have the damage output to get it. Well, that's interesting. So, do you have a shot from here? Yeah, it's not a good shot, but you do have it. Okay, that worked. So the car's probably got a pretty good shot, too. Can the car... Yes, we expected the car would one-shot this guy. And it wouldn't really do that much damage to the Scorpitron. I'm just going to have it do this. I don't know exactly what I'm going to have you do beyond that. I think I'm going to have Ringer challenge this dude. Let's hypo again. And then just lay some damage on this guy and see how close we can get him. I think between Ringer and Quan, there's a decent chance we're going to get something going here. Good luck. Let's have Quan step in. Ooh, he is not doing anywhere near as much damage as I would like. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong gun, is why. Still don't think Torrent Strike makes any sense here. I was really hoping between the two of them they'd be able to get that thing to half. Well... let's have Jim approach. And then Lucia can get over here and put some damage on it. Can I get it from... oh, I'm not going to be able to fire twice anyway. I'm going to have to reload. So I may as well take the move to here. Okay, so we got it next turn. Skelly probably should close up a little more than that. So we could try to drive the thing berserk. We're not really going to be able to do much damage to it. We can reduce its damage. I think let's just... if it berserks, that's really the only difference that would be made there. Alright, and then the car just... it's not going to be able to break line of sight. So... evasion? Maybe we get as lucky as anyone has ever gotten. Oof. Managed to drop Jim. Alright, we got repair kits. That's fine. It bought us a lot of time. which I think is what we really needed from it. You know what? Let's start with Skelly's turn actually, because she's unlikely to be terribly useful against the Scorpitron. Trying to figure out exactly how much damage we're gonna need other people to put on this thing. It turns out it's still quite a bit. Okay. So Ringer can run over and pick up Jim. Jim's got those chills. And then I think Ringer's gonna... Right? Ringer's gonna run over here and just have at this thing. Keep it in place. Can you believe it resisted bleeding? Well, it is certainly taking less damage now than the one we fought before. So we need Quan to try to get an EMP grenade on it. Alright, he doesn't need to get that much closer. This might do. %50 chance to apply glitched. That was a miss. Try it again. Okay. It is so anytime its name appears, its name and health appears, we are hitting it, right? Alright, pretty bad, pretty bad. Lucia's got to move up a little bit to be able to shoot at the thing, and I'm assuming Torrent Strike, yeah, it's not going to really do any damage. What if we just use this thing, even though it's doing a real bad damage type? It's probably going to end up being, yeah, more overall damage. So, if we were to cause a Berserk right now, I wonder if it would... you know what, I'm going to hit it in the plating. I should have led with her. Okay, we have damaged its plating. I'm not sure what would happen if we did Berserk it. Jim needs to move to... Yeah, this is fine, I think. Alright, so its plating is all screwed up. Yeah, interesting. So this one has enough AP to take the entire turn of the other Scorpitron and also do a completely different thing on top of it. And it moved back just enough to steal everybody's action points. Okay, well... Now it has 9 armor. So... we're certainly going to be able to do more damage to it. Give it something else to focus on here. And then I don't really think I want Lucia to do the revive. I think I want her to move up and just keep shooting. So even though her damage type is bad, she is still doing a lot more damage per shot than most of us. And her strike meter charges really quickly. And then... Quan moves up real close and tries the grenades again. They kept missing. I need them to not miss, but I don't really think we have like a lot of other options. I guess it's got to be Brass who fixes the car, right? Because the repair kits, I believe, require mechanics to apply. Alright, at the risk of grouping us up in a way that's maybe a little unsafe here. Okay, I guess they're just always going to miss. I wish it gave you more than missed. Like it resisted would help if what's happening is a resist. Where can Jim move and still have a shot? Why am I having hard time targeting? There we go. 6 AP. It's interesting that it's not correctly telling me how far he can move while still having enough AP left to shoot. I don't know why, you know, everything in this game's bugged, so. Right, how close do you gotta get? Here. Okay, here he can take his shot and then he can still fall back to cover. I'm gonna 20% chance to cause it to go berserk and hope that it will not, in fact, attack anyone. We shoot it in the tail and damage its gun. Yeah, let's go for that. Ah. Resisted. And then Jim has 5 AP left. Oh, because Jim's shot actually was free, huh? It shouldn't have been, right? I don't know what's up with that.
Consolidate our efforts.
Alright, well, we get a leader revive, which is cool. And then... I save your 1 AP, I guess? And this dude is not going to be able to stun the thing, probably. Alright, Skelly's got to move up. Can Skelly get a shot from back here? No, it's positioned itself very cunningly so that I cannot easily get a shot on it. I mean, we're chipping it down. So yeah, is the right move just med hypo and make it spend more action points on me? I think it probably is. Yeah, you tell him, light machine turret. Oh, it didn't leave a reticle on the ground, so I thought the lock-on was... Okay, so in the past, when we've been targeted with an attack that does that thing where it creates an area and then the area explodes later, the targeting effect has remained on the ground. And when we did that same attack, it also left the targeting effect on the ground. When it did its thing called lock-on and then took a full turn worth of shots, I assumed that the lock-on was a targeting buff rather than an attack itself, because otherwise, how could it possibly have the AP to do that whole thing? So I didn't think we had to worry about it, and even if we did have to worry about it, how would we know where to worry? Because it didn't leave the marker on the ground. So that's what happened there. All right, well, we have an autosave that's not too far back to reload to. That's where we will pick up tomorrow. Thank you all so much for watching. I am really curious about a lot of the things in this game. I want to see it through, but man, I wish that it worked. When you come back next time tomorrow, we'll just be picking it up from the last autosave, which I imagine is probably like right after the fight with the other Scorpitron that apparently was fake. And we'll see you then.